even since like high school, you ask Alex, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your life? I'm gonna be a rapper. That's what he would say, and he's definitely taking the steps forward to do so. If I had to use one word to describe Alex, um, I'd probably say honest. Too honest. Alex F. He was born on August 5th, 1993. His music has such a different sound because he's not catering to what he's really all about his music. He's not catering to what the people want to hear and like what he sees the image of the world. It's like basically how he takes it. It's his music. And I feel like a lot of rappers don't do that anymore. They want to sell records basically, and that's never been the case for Alex. It's not been about selling records. I mean, the dude's been a rapper for as long as I can remember. I remember being in high school and like meeting him, and getting to know him. And one of the first things you learn about him is that he raps. Back in the day, it was just like freestyles and like I was just honestly, it got to the point where I was scared to rap against the dude because he was going to rip me, and it got embarrassing after a while. But I mean, back then we were kids. Since then, he's released like different albums, and right now he's working on another one. So this will be like maybe the fourth one. I don't know. You gotta really get the vibe and like the feel of his music, because that's what you do when you listen to it. You're not only listening to, like, the thing about it is he made the beats, he made the sounds to what he uses in his tracks. And I think that's really something to take note of, because a lot of times Alex is his own producer. Like, he actually went out and he had to learn that. Like, it wasn't just a one night thing. He sat in his room and he learned how to make beats, and he learned new words. He's an intelligent dude. Like, you walk into his room, you see dictionaries and books, like, and you're thinking, what is this cat doing with all this? He's working on his craft. I mean, he's being a rapper. I know the first album that he worked on, which was Sleepwalking, came out about a year ago. And when that first came out, it was dramatic. It was like the first big thing that he had really done, a part of his career. And since then, he's dropped 2 more albums. The one most people probably know about is Who Knows Who Cares, which is really the Sleepwalking and the Matador albums. They were both really like beyond underground. And even Who Knows Who Cares, that's still, I feel like he's an unlabeled or unsigned artist, and a lot of people don't know about him. But those 2 albums you probably really never heard of. But they were definitely my favorites. Like, when they first came out, they were revolutionary for what Alex's career was at the time. And I feel like Who Cares is really the next stage. And he's always like, the way he sounds, his rap is smooth. You might think that it has like an old school kick to it if you listen to old school music. I mean, he's definitely a lyricist, and if you listen to his tracks, you could definitely tell that he's not like most cats. And when they rap about like being in the club or like other things like that, he's really about what he actually says. Like, he lives it. That's why I say he's such an honest person. I mean, he spits his life. He spits the truth. He spits what he knows, and that's what's so good about his music. He recently released a video for a single, Take Over the World, which it was fun because I actually got to take place with helping around with that. And it was his first video, and a lot of, like, Sleepwalking, a lot of his first, you don't realize how much better it could get, and it can. But definitely, he's born and raised in Durham, North Carolina, so he's a Durhamite. Definitely reps the Bull City pretty hard. At this stage in his career, I really feel like it hasn't even begun to be what it is going to be one day, because he's only made one, like, really official album that he's released to the world, and the other 2 were kind of like the practice runs until he got to this point, and he's only got like 1 music video out, and that's only like in the span of a year that he's done all this, and at the pace that he's going at now, you can only imagine that he'll just keep going. He hasn't always had the easiest life. I mean, growing up, his parents, not really believing in his rap career, like no one really believing in it, and getting to the point where he is today, he's definitely struggled with it. And every day, you just see him work harder and harder at what he does. His parents were born in Africa. There'll be days he'll call me up. He'll be like, "Yo, Silk, you trying to get in the studio?" Not even the studio, just trying to like rap, trying to lay something down. That's because that's what his life is. Like that's what we like to do for fun. We'll go to somebody's house and we'll just like joke around and like lay down a couple tracks, and it might not even be good, but Alex's part gonna be good. You can guarantee that you gonna look stupid, but his is gonna be real. So he reps Africa a lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was born and raised in Durham, but he still got that African culture behind him. Yeah, he's a cool cat. It's hard not to like his music. I mean, I feel like all you gotta do is listen to it and you'll understand everything that he's been through in his life, everything that he's going through now, how hard he's worked to get to this point. There's nobody, he taught me a lesson, and he's younger than me, he's like 2 years younger than me. And I still learn from this kid, and he told me, he was like, if you don't believe in you, then why should anybody else, like, if you don't believe in the work you're doing, then the rest of the world's not just going to start, like, loving your stuff, it's got to start somewhere, basically.